I've been getting this question a lot, in my DMs, comment section of my videos, emails. And the question is, for those that are concerned, Langston 2092, do you plan on making Charlotte your permanent home? And the answer is no. Now, I know what you all about to say. It's like, well, Langston, you have like literally sold us on Charlotte. You've showed us around, you've talked about the pros and the cons, and it seems as though that you love Charlotte and that you wouldn't move. And my thing is, so my reply to that is, you can like or love a city, you can talk about the pros and cons and all the rest of that, but still not want to be there. It's that plain and simple. You see what I'm saying? Because the thing of it is with Charlotte, it's a good city, but my mind won't allow me to stay here. My mind, body, and soul won't allow me to stay here. You understand? Like, let me explain to you what I'm trying to say, right? So, my father's side of the family, they came here. My great grandfather left Nevis, the West Indies, and moved to New York. From that point on, throughout the generations, on my father's side of the family, they've never left New York, with the exception of my aunt that stays in Florida now, right? And this is ghetto, you know what I'm saying? Both of my families for the projects, you know what I'm saying? Tompkins projects. So really, my aunt is really my father's aunt. So I guess she's my great aunt, right? So for the sake of the conversation, my aunt lives in Florida. That's it, right? Everybody on my father's side lives in New York. My great uncle just died, and he died in Tompkins projects. He never moved out, right? I'm making a point. Hear me out. On my mother's side of the family, right? My grandmother and my grandfather moved up to New York with my great grandmother, right? And then they moved into Tompkins projects, and that's how my mother and my father met each other, right? And then after that, my grandmother, my grandfather, along with my aunt and uncles, moved back to Durham, North Carolina, right? My mother and I were not, no, I take that back. We weren't the last to leave New York. My great grandmother was. You understand? So on my mother's side, everybody is in Durham, North Carolina. And I got mad cousins. I got pretty big family on both sides. Right? I'm making a point. Everybody's lives are typically the same. They go to work, they come home, they vacation, they may go to Myrtle Beach, they may go to my uncle used to live in Tampa. So they may go down there to see him, you know what I'm saying? But he moved back to Durham. So they may go down there to see him and come back up. Nobody's really doing anything different from what one generation to the next generation to the next has done. My point in making is this. I'm not trying to repeat what my family has done, because it's already been done multiple times. And the reason why it has is because everybody has the same state of mind. And that's the point that I'm trying to make to you. Let me explain something to you. If I was living in New York right now, I wouldn't want to live in New York for the rest of my life. If I was living in Atlanta right now, I wouldn't want to live in Atlanta for the rest of my life. So it's not like it's a thing where, I'm dissatisfied with Charlotte or anything like that. You understand? If you think Charlotte is good for you, guess what? Still make that move. I'm not deterring you. This is not a video to make you change your mind. This is a video to answer anyone's question that was concerned about whether I was going to make Charlotte my permanent home or not. So at the end of the day, it's raining. At the end of the day, it's like, Yeah, I appreciate Charlotte. I respect Charlotte. I respect the Charlotteans. I respect what Charlotte has done for me. Because Charlotte has allowed me to progress mentally, physically, and spiritually. But once it's done, once I've learned and have done all that I needed to do here in Charlotte, I gotta go. Because the only thing that is constant is change. And change can be for the good, for the better, or for worse. But at the end of the day, you won't know if you don't change. And I just can't see myself purchasing a house here, purchasing a house and, raising my children, and then 5 years go past, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40. I'm in the same house. I'm doing the same thing. Yo, let me explain something to you. I've lived middle class life, right? Now, taking heed, I'm just gonna be real with you. I don't make middle class money, and I ain't talking about black middle class shit. I am black middle class, cause technically the only you can actually be black middle class. The only thing that you have to do in order to be black middle class is pay your bills on time and have a couple dollars in the bank. I'm not talking about black middle class. I'm talking about white middle class. So I don't make white middle class money, right? I'm just being real with you. But at the same time, I've experienced middle class life. I actually have a middle class lifestyle. I get up in the morning, I work out. You know what I'm saying? I create my own schedule. I work, but I work when I need, when I need to work and do what in other words, I'm not telling all my business and everything, but really, I don't live this typical lifestyle that everybody else lives. When you get up early in the morning and you got to go to work and you got to drop off the children, you got to do this, do that. I have responsibilities. My responsibilities are just like you all's, but it's not structured in a way where I'll be penalized for something. You understand? Like, I'm not on anyone else's time but mine. But I still have to, at the end of the day, you still have to have some type of structure, some type of discipline, you know what I'm saying? Even though you control your own time. You understand? But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I get up, I work out, I do what I have to do. You see what I'm saying? I make YouTube videos, I do several different things. And the things that I do, I make money off of, right? So this summer, I went a couple places. In December, I'm going to Miami. In February, I'm going to Miami. And in between that, I might go to a couple of places. I don't know. You understand? I'm a vegetarian. Vegetarian, if you're a vegetarian, you know that grocery bill is up there. You understand? I could continue going on and on and on, but at the end of the day, I really live a middle class lifestyle. And I can honestly tell you that it's boring. It's boring. It's no disrespect to those that live that type of lifestyle. None whatsoever. It's just not for me. It's just not. I don't want to wait and save my money to do A, B, and C. I don't want to wait until the end of the weekend to do A, B, and C. I don't want to wait until the holidays come in order to do A, B, and C. I've lived that type of lifestyle. And in all actuality, before I lived it, I went through it with my mother's family. You see what I'm saying? Like, I used to live with my aunt, I lived with my uncle, I lived with my grandmother. I know all about the middle class life. And to me, in my opinion, it's whack. It's whack. If I can't pay, like if I buy a house, right? And that house is $300,000, if I can't put at least $150,000 to $200,000 down on that house, I don't want it. I don't want anything that's gonna hold me for a certain amount of years. I just can't see myself living in one place for 20 to 30 years. I just can't see it. I don't give a damn how fast the city grows, how big the city gets. It just gets to the point where, with me, I'm not talking about you all, with me, where it's just like, yo, I've been here too long. It's time to go. So some of y'all may ask, well, what about family, Langston? I mean, are you gonna take your family wherever you go? And what about stability? You don't want to be stable. You don't want to live in a stable environment, like when your house and your kids are going to this specific school and this and that and so forth. And this is the reason why I live my life the way that I live my life, Langston, is because It's all about stability. And my reply to that, or my answer to that, is there's nothing stable in life, period. When you look at earthquakes and tsunamis, you know what happens with earthquakes and tsunamis? It's tectonic plates that's underground, and they bang at each other, which causes this friction. Thus, the earthquakes, you know what I'm saying? I'm putting it in some layman's term. You know what I'm saying? Thus, it creates earthquakes. Same thing with the tectonic plates that's under the ocean that creates tsunamis. So there's no stability on the planet that we live on, let alone in our society, regardless of whether we're looking at the stock market, the economy. You know, it's a whole shitload of things. There's no stability in your job. As you can see, most of us Americans lost our job when dealing with this pandemic. Look at the pandemic. Look what it has done. It has killed millions of people. So there's no such thing as stability. But I'll tell you what is stable, and that's change. It's two things that's guaranteed in life: change and death. It's guaranteed. So the thing of it is that I'm big on being an example, right? If I want my children to be the best that they can be, why am I going to show them something that I don't want them to be? Why? Why am I going to do that? I don't even want the middle class lifestyle for my own children. And right now, my son right now was on some shit like, yo, man, I don't know where I'm going to stay right about now. I'm like, yes. He don't even know where he want to stay right now. That to me, if I die right now, that to me makes me feel great. Because what he's saying, I talked to my son, so please don't act like, I'm explaining to you what he means, right? Don't jump the gun. So what he means is this: I don't know what I'm going to be doing far as dealing with my career, how much money I'm going to be making. My son right now is looking at stocks, and he's kind of scared. You understand? I get it. But I tell him all the time, yo, just invest in low. Just like low. If the stocks is $35, $25, invest in that. Don't put hundreds of dollars into like Tesla. Like the stocks for Tesla right now is like 700. You understand? Don't be a day whatchamacallit. I forgot what they call it. You know what I'm saying? Just invest and leave it right there and let it grow throughout. You know what I'm saying? For a certain amount of time. A day trader. That's what I was trying to say. Don't be a day trader. Invest in a stock and just let it sit for years upon years upon years upon years. So to me, in my mind, he's 14 years old. He got his head screwed on just right, because he's trying to figure out what exactly he wants to do in life, where he wants to live. He's figuring out what car he wants to drive, what type of lifestyle that he wants to live. And that's the point. I didn't grow up like that. I grew up like, go to school, graduate, go to college, get a job, retire in 20 years. That shit is boring. Now, like I said before, it's no disrespect towards you for those that are that way. I don't get it. Like, okay, you graduate, you go to a good school, you know what I'm saying? Let's say UNC, North Carolina State, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking about, the colleges in North Carolina, you know what I'm saying? UNC, North Carolina State, Duke. You spend all of that money on your college tuition. You damn near go bankrupt. And you get a good job, but the first couple of years, you're paying all of that shit back. College is expensive. And then you wind up getting a mortgage. It's like, we're already slaves to debt. But you want to further drill a hole. Like, I've never been that type of person, man. When people start talking about how much they paid for their house and how long they got to go on their mortgage, 15, 20, 30 years, that scares me. For real. For real, that scares me. Like, I plan on getting another car. The car that I get is gonna be at the most straight up like 8,000. I'm not going out there. I know I'm jumping from, but I'm making sense. I know I'm going here and there, but I'm making sense. I'm bringing it all back. I remember when I was selling bootleg movies and CDs in Raleigh. I've already told the story many times before. This dude had a good job. He was driving a Nissan Armada, brand new when it first came out. His girl was driving a Infiniti something, right? G something, G35, some shit like that, right? You know, they were all glammed up, lit, all that shit. You name it. Anything positive, you know, they had the name brand, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they would come over, they would buy their tapes and CDs or whatever have you. And then a couple months, for those that are old enough to you know, had experienced that, the recession hit with George Bush Jr., right? And man lost his job. You know what? He pulled up in a Honda Accord, dirty old beat up Honda Accord, asking me, the bootleg man, yo, you know anybody that's hiring? Had he just lived, my point in making, had he just lived, you know what I'm saying, a mediocre life, he wouldn't had to take that Armada back and that Infiniti that he got his girlfriend. And that's the point that I'm making. I'm not going to live above my means. I'm not going to do that. I want to live a very conservative life. I want to make sure that I'm able to travel and do the things that I want to do in life, because nobody's promised tomorrow. And just think about you busting your ass for the next 15, 20 years, and right at that moment when you retire, you get hit by a car or something. Nah, man, I want to live life like right now. If I can't do what the fuck I want to do tomorrow, then maybe I could do it the next day. But I'm not going to sit here and plan for my retirement or plan for me to go on a trip years later and something may happen to me. Anything can happen. And I damn for sure, I don't want to live in one place for a long period of time unless it's conducive to me. Like I can see myself living in a tropical environment. You see what I'm saying? Where I'm growing my own food and it's sunny all the time, and you know what I'm saying? And it's beautiful, and I could go to the beach, shit like that. But to live in Charlotte, and it's no disrespect, I gotta live here. You understand? And meaning that I gotta deal with the native people or the people, the Charlotteans that were born and raised here. So I'm never gonna come out of my mouth and say anything negative. But I'm just saying, like, to live in Charlotte and have to go through all 4 seasons, but technically we really don't go through all 4 seasons because it really doesn't get like really, really cold here. And if it does, it's for a couple weeks. So I say technically we only go through 3 seasons. We go through spring, summer, and fall, like kind of winterish. So 3. But just for the sake of the conversation, 4 seasons, and this not being a coastal, it's more inland. It's more like towards the mountain. This is not a coastal city. You see what I'm saying? So to be in that situation, and then the closest beach is Myrtle Beach. If you've ever been to the West Indies or the Caribbeans or just Miami Beach, you know that Myrtle Beach ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? In other words, what I'm saying is, if I can't get what the hell I want, why am I gonna stay at a place that I can't? I'm limited to what I want, what I could do. I just need to see the whole world, man. I seriously, man. And y'all can say I'm confused. I'm not confused at all. If I have the ability to live in different places, and I'm gonna take my family wherever I go. If I'm capable of doing that, why not? Why not? Man, your house ain't your home. Home is wherever your family is located at. And let me tell you something, regardless of where I go, my children are going to eat. They're always going to have a roof over their head. They're always going to have clothes on their bodies. They're always going to be in the best of shape. I'm always going to make sure that my children are straight. But at the end of the day, it's like, if I can pick up and move and go certain places, why not? Now, I'm not gonna just pick up and do some dumb shit like move out of Charlotte and not have money. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many, and I'm about to get off it. You know what I'm saying? I've seen so many people make bad choices. You know what I'm saying? They move somewhere, they don't have a job. They move somewhere and they only have $400. I see it. I see it online on YouTube, and I'm like, yo, man, you gotta be crazy. You know what I'm saying? And they make videos, you know, and they like, oh, I made it. Like, you're encouraging a motherfucker to move from New York to damn Atlanta with $400 in your pocket. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna pick up and move from Charlotte to another place with $400 in my pocket. That's not gonna happen. But the thing of it is, the fortunate side of my situation is I can always pick up and leave because I can make money wherever I go. So, I don't know, man. I mean, maybe if you all were in that particular situation, you would kind of think like me. But for those that work a 9 to 5 and ain't never hustled in your life, you understand? Like, I've picked up and I've taken whatever product that I was selling at that point in time, and I took my black ass out prior to the internet, because the internet makes it easier now. But I've taken my black ass out there in those streets and I hustled to make that damn money. That's the type of mentality that I have. I have a hustle mentality. So I'm always gonna survive. I'm always gonna make sure that I'm straight as well as my family is. I've been doing this for years. This is nothing new. This is nothing new. I've been making money online for years, whether it's through Craigslist, eBay, my own website, whatever. I'm always going to make things happen, regardless of wherever I'm at. So if I could live in Hawaii, for an example, why not? I'm gonna end it with this, and I hate saying this, but I'm gonna say it. Yo, only black people think like this. Straight up. Only black people think like this, and this is the reason why black people be bitching and complaining about how life is fucked up. You know how white people think? Like this. I know what you about to say. I'm confused, Langston. You didn't even do like any type of measurements. No, because white people think omnipotent. They don't have a cap on how they think. They don't put a cap on their lives. Man, I'll be in a YMCA. Y'all be missing some jewels. I'm telling you, y'all be missing some jewels. I be trying to tell y'all shit and y'all don't be listening to me, man. I be in a YMCA and I listen. I listen to white people. I listen to black people because they're black people. They're successful black people, Hispanic people, white people. There's no particular race that owns success. And I absorb everything. You think that I got a big mouth when I be running my goddamn mouth on YouTube? Come with me to the YMCA and you'll see just how much I be talking. No, I'm sitting there listening. I got 2 ears and 1 mouth. So I need to shut the fuck up and listen. And they be dropping jewels, man. And let me tell you something. These people be talking big talk. The Y that I go to, judges go there, lawyers, some county officials. I mean, one thing that I could say about the Y, where I'm at, as far as dealing with the sun in the steam room, everybody comes from all different backgrounds, right? Some motherfuckers making $100,000 that go there. Some niggas is only making $20,000 that go there. Some motherfuckers over there, some over there motherfuckers that go there make $500,000. Stay in Myers Park and shit. But when we go downstairs, and I apologize for raising my voice. I'm not yelling at you all. I'm just passionate about what I'm saying. When we go downstairs to that locker room and we take off all our clothes, pause. Some of they go a little too far. I don't be getting in the sauna, in the steam room, in the hot tub, butt ass naked. But some of them do. I have my boxer, like the dry fit boxes on. I don't be walking nowhere naked, but some of them do. But when we go downstairs and we in a steam room and a hot tub and I'm making a point here. The hot tub, the steam room, and the sauna, we're all equal. So it doesn't make a difference whether you make $500,000 a year or $20,000 a year. You have something to contribute. And we get into these conversations, man, and I learn. And I'm telling you what I've gathered from all of this. And I've been had this type of state of mind way before, me going to the YMCA and listening and talking to these dudes, right? What I've learned is people that make money, they don't be living in one place for fucking years. And if they do, half of the time they don't even be there. And most of these guys that live in Charlotte, half of the time they're out going to, I went to Brazil last weekend. Or I went to Brazil last weekend. I'm not saying me, I'm just saying for example, guy talking. I went to Brazil last weekend. Yo, Scotty, you want to go to Europe? You know what I'm saying? Like in November? Man, I could, I'm not lying. I'm about to get off of here because tears. I'm serious. Like, I'm so fucking passionate about this shit, man. Tears may go down my eyes, man. We only live life once, and y'all motherfuckers, man, some of you motherfuckers are walking around here like as if you gonna live to be 300 years old. So I hope at the end of the day, if you get anything out of this video, is, live your life to the fullest, because once you close your motherfucking eyes, it's over. My name is Langston2092. I want you to like, comment, subscribe. Definitely share this video. Peace.